Second studio, hey, it's Tim Reha here live. We're at the after event of the Seattle AI Investor Summit Showcase presented by Microsoft, hosted by TechAlliance. We got MC Hammer, Christian Hammer, yeah. Should we redo that?
No, that was good.
So we were catching up here, and you're like, did you work in advertising? Like, yeah, and you have a really interesting story. And so, why are you down here?
AI founder.
Yeah.
So of course, in the Seattle ecosystem, I wanted to see what's going on. It's amazing. Like I spent a lot of time in the Portland ecosystem, which was trying to build itself up.
Yeah, we were talking about the Portland venture scene a long time ago when it was
25 years ago, right?
I know. I was like, where did my hair go?
Yeah, I had it then.
Yeah,
most of it. But Seattle's actually starting to show some real momentum there, and I love anytime you can be part of a movement. It's exciting, right?
We've seen all these waves, and then all of a sudden, it's like the place turned into Hong Kong. Bellevue turned into Hong Kong, and then all of a sudden, COVID hit and it's changed the dynamics. But there's a lot of talent.
Tons of talent. I mean, you've got two of the largest technology companies in the world by market cap, right? Microsoft and Amazon are both here, both heavily invested in AI. If you're building an AI company, you'd be nuts to be anywhere else.
And you can poach a lot of talent here.
That's why.
I didn't say coach, but you can.
That's what you're doing, right? Like, you go where the talent is. We got tons of talent. And I hate to say it, I'm a Cougar, so I live in Washington State.
Welcome to the team. What year were you there?
I was there from '92 to '96.
Techno Tim, I was there from '93 to about '95.
Sorry, I'm going to cuss a lot here in a second. Amazing, awesome Go Cougs. But the UW actually has an amazing AI program and business website.
Yeah.
So they're doing some really cool stuff. And
what I liked is my mentors were at UW, so I would sneak into that college and use the LexisNexis program. And I've been partners with UW for a long time too, and I have interns. And Washington State has some great programs. The Northwest is exploding with tech that's coming out from the Wazoo program, and UW's a 9,000-pound gorilla in this space.
And you got Paul Allen, who, God rest his soul, he was a alumni of WSU.
Yeah.
And so he put a lot of money into the computer science school there. We had a lot of great programs. So it's a great school. I loved every second.
I was probably DJing, and that's how we met in college.
Seriously,
around the cavern.
Yeah. So I was a DJ at both KZUU and KUGR. Yeah, different times.
Oh. What year?
So that would have been 94 through 96.
I was there.
Yeah. So in Murrow School of Communications?
Yeah.
I went up there at KZUU. I was a DJ up there for like 4 years.
I built the Murrow School of Communications' first website and gave it to the professor on an AOL disk.
So the Daily Evergreen.
Yeah.
I built their website. I was one of the original one, yeah.
So we're trying to figure out how do we know each other?
Yeah, it's not just the bald guys know each other kind of thing, but we know each other somewhere.
So you've done it. So now we're old. So Wazoo, what was your career path? Because I'm helping students go how do we navigate stuff and where do you go from here? And then what are you working on now?
Yeah, so I chased where the biggest problems were.
Yeah.
So in 1994.
They were saying
the browser had just come out.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out what the world was going to look like due to that, and we came up with a thesis about that was based on
Mosaic came out.
Yeah, Mosaic came out, and we're like, what's going to change first? And we built out a 0 to 4 category of every industry in the world and said 0 pure information, they'll go first.
Yeah.
1 has information as a default, but sells a physical product like CDs, DVDs, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And we built that out. We built a thesis, and then we started building those companies in 1994.
No shit.
Yeah. In 1999, I think, I had a couple of decent, events, and we started an incubator in Portland, Oregon called Techno Loft because we thought we were very close.
Yeah. And it's cool. The Portland scene was not connected as much with the Seattle scene a little bit.
No, we were really connected with San Jose. I think it's the same.
The NVIDIA guys went to Oregon.
They went to Oregon State, I think. No, it was Oregon State.
Jensen did. Hey, Jensen, what's up?
My wife's an alum from Oregon State. Cool. And we did the EQ and some cool crap, and then the bomb happened, right?
Yeah.
And I got pulled into big companies to help them do the same thing, right? They were now terrified of all these small companies nipping at our heels, right? So I did Banfield, which got acquired by Mars for a lot. Did some other e-commerce kind of stuff for a little bit, but then I got pulled into Nike. And they were looking for somebody to do digital innovation. We built out a Nike ID, the custom shoe design crap. A bunch of other stuff, their e-commerce website.
Yeah.
That's where I met my co-founder for the current company.
Oh, cool. What's the current company?
Vala-AI.
Say it again.
Vala-AI.
Vala-AI.
Yeah.
And what is that?
So we're curing tech debt. And by that I mean like over
Tech debt.
debt. Like as in I owe a lot of money. Debit.
Gotcha.
Debit. Yeah.
Hangover.
Yeah, bad, right? So as you're building up technology over time, you make a lot of decisions that are based on the technology guys, the team, understanding the business as well as they can. And along the way, they make a lot of mistakes because they don't really understand the business. And the business definitely does not understand technology.
Yeah.
And all those...
There's a discombobulation.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
And that mistranslation creates problems of time. And all of that gets embedded in a couple of people that really understand it, those keystone players.
And they're sitting on the information, the passwords, and everything. So they're just silent.
I know this information, and that's what makes me valuable. I am a keystone of this company, right?
Gotcha.
And I protect that. And what we do is unlock it. We make the technology accessible to the business. We make it accessible to the rest of the technology team too, right?
Got it. Because I can search it, query it, and
we build up a comprehensive knowledge base of your entire tech stack and all your all
that's what's missing now is like it's not better data, and then
it's lost in
we have
people.
domain expertise.
Right.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, if you've got an enterprise architect at a big company, they own the slice, right? They own their silo.
Yeah.
Well, you got 50 of those, 100 of those, 200 of those, that nobody understands the whole
Gotcha.
thing.
No, it's a huge problem, especially as we have aging populations and you have the nuclear secrets over here.
Right? The guy, the
It's
one
COBOL.
guy that knows COBOL, right?
Yeah.
The entire business runs on COBOL. Ed knows it.
Very cool. How long has that been working?
So I built the original prototype 18 months ago, we did a big pivot. Everybody does a big pivot, right? The original version writes code. It was Devin before Devin. It was called Brother. And what it did is it would ask you a bunch of questions. Hey, what are you trying to do? Cool. And then it would write software for you.
Interesting. So that's always, I wish, and I would tell this to all you youth, I guess learn how to query the AI to write the software, but you still need to learn Python and the core basics so you can be dangerous, or what? I'm curious.
I think if you went down I've given this advice to a couple of people, philosophy and computer science.
Okay.
So working with a large language model or future AI systems is really going to be unlocking logic.
Yeah, you have to learn. I learned logic instead of math because I could get past.
Same,
And they're really
right?
cool. I had a really great logic teachers like wrong.
Yeah. Binary logic. Understand binary logic. XOR, FOR, like all that. Or XOR.
Okay.
Like, if you understand that, you can talk to an AI today, right?
Interesting.
And you can get it to do anything you want.
Yeah.
But beyond that, like, understand business. Understand the needs of people. Understand people, right?
Yeah, it's human. Like humans are never going to go away. The AI is not going to for maybe 1,000 years or 2 years, depending on how the DNA structure of the AI intelligence starts generating people. But
So philosophy.
yeah. All
Study
right, cool.
philosophy. Yeah. This is coming from a hardcore tech nerd. So study philosophy.
That's a Venture All Sorts pro tip. Welcome to the team. What's next? We're here, the TechAlliance. They painstakingly pulled Amazon and all these interesting people. What did you get out of the conference that was interesting?
So the hardest part of being a startup founder is that you're very narrowly focused on your world. You understand it, you understand every detail, right? But what you don't know, you might even, hopefully you know your customers, right? You know what they need. You don't know what an investor wants. You're not an investor.
It's a different, your investor pitch is selling equity in the company, and it's not the product in the company.
And
You're not selling them a product, you're selling equity upside.
That's right. And I have made this, repeat founder,
Yeah.
I make this mistake constantly. I sell them the company, I sell them the product, not
The upside, the multiple that they have to have for their vintage fund to.
That's right. You need to return your fund.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that on me?
Yeah, that's valuable stuff because I'm not from like Stanford and stuff and
Right.
we're cooks.
Right. Oh, cool.
How do we learn this stuff? To wrap up the interview, what's on your crystal ball, kind of looking at what you do and all this? Yeah, we're basically we're in like the second inning of this.
Oh yeah, there's a long way to go.
Space, and we're trying to unlock the data. Companies are trying to figure, what do I do, and how do I control my stuff, and how do I not lose the family jewels?
We're starting right now with tokenization of everything. Like, who's got the private access to data that nobody else has access to?
There's the GPUs.
And we've got access to data nobody has access to, because we're getting your IT infrastructure, the knowledge base is locked up in your people, right?
Yeah.
Once that's captured, what comes next? Well, for our view, software as a industry evaporates. Because once you've captured the knowledge of the business and the flow of data through it, and you have the data, the systems that move that data around are no longer necessary. The LLMs can handle it.
Got it.
Right?
You have it, like our symbiotic system just rolls that it knows how to route. And
that's right. We are the veins. The data is the blood.
It writes itself.
It writes itself. Well, you don't even. There's no nothing right. There's nothing right. I need this information on this data so I can do my job. I need to move a container from here to there, right?
Yeah.
How does that flow today? Through an ERP, through a CRM, through whatever the tool is.
Yeah.
But if that data is happening in a data lake or a big data system, and then the knowledge of how that data is manipulated and moved around is captured in the LLM, I don't need the software anymore.
Yeah. So that disrupts $1 trillion of a lot of disruption, which is great if you're young.
Yeah,
you can disrupt. And then it's all about how do you conceive a business model in a very tight lock with the customer, and then understand how to build your stack from day one with your kind of.
Well, and then it starts, I think, with. I think people are getting people are getting fairly comfortable with the chat, right?
Yeah.
And so we tend to call it chat ops now, where I'm not going to go
semantic chat.
I'm just going to ask, where the heck is my container at, or what's the inventory threshold, or whatever I need to know.
Cool.
Why do I need to go into the ERP to do that? Why do I need to go into my warehouse management system?
Yeah, I know these systems are a pain in the ass interface, and I got to change my brain, go to ERP, and do this, and I go to Salesforce, and I want to add a simple form. I got to talk to Salesforce Consulting, not to, hey Mark, how you doing? But yeah, industry.
So that's that's on the horizon. I was talking to Kirby from Ascend Ventures yesterday. I had like a 1 hour walk around Green Lake.
Yeah, and Kirby's really cool though.
He is. If you get the chance, if he gives you the time, Kirby is a shields down, great person to speak to, because he will tell you exactly what's wrong and what's good.
I learned this from Greg Gottsman up at Madrones. He does walks, and it oxygenates the brain. You're not across a desk. So go like, hey, I just want to, you can be a college student, go like, hey, can we do a 5-minute walk? Or can I?
Let's chat.
Walk and talk.
Walk and talk, And it was great because he pointed out a couple things I hadn't thought about for my own business, right?
Cool.
Like, he asked some tough questions. We're like, wow, we had not considered that. Great, thank you.
Yeah. Gold.
Absolutely. But where the hell was I going with that?
So we're gonna just wrap there because that's all we need to do. Yeah, cool. So we're going to carry the conversation on. I'm going to come up to the islands and bring some Seattle Wine Awards bottles. And you guys can join us on the tasting. I'll bring Chris Chan in.
And then you can see Techtastic Studio, too.
And then we're going to go check out, what's Techtastic Studio?
My podcast, Techtastic.
Yeah, Techtastic Studio. I'm actually going to be on a podcast.
He is. Yeah.
All right, Chris. So that's Christian Hammer here with, how do people connect up with you?
The easiest way is LinkedIn.
Okay.
Vala-AI.
Cool. Yep. Voila. No, super
Actually, that's
cool.
how I say it.